Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Hey there, chatters. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your true crime addict connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls who spent the last 2 years head diving into crime, murder, blood, guts, and came out the other side as two lovely ladies who now know the importance of not planting your fresh tomato garden too close to the belladonna plant. No chatters. That is a big no-no. We also obsess about dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
So here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following crime chat contains adult content and descriptions of potentially violent scenarios today. Your listener discretion is advised.
Yes, you have been warned. And before we get into today's crime chat, Kat, what have you done? You're in the middle of, where are you?
I am actually in Lexington, Kentucky. I am
You're training the thoroughbreds out there, girl.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I finished The Last of Us.
Oh, that's what Paul recommended.
Yeah. And did you see, because in the group chat, I sent a message to him and I was like, okay, Paul, thanks. Like, how does it end like this? Like,
yeah,
what in God's creation?
Yeah.
And so unless HBO's getting ready to unless they do their slow releases, which it very well could be, they could be coming out with another episode. There was only 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that there's a little bit more, but it's good.
It's worth the subscription. Like I should do it.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. When I verbally say, "Oh shit," while I'm watching a show, it's got like I'm hooked, okay? What about you? You been watching anything?
Not really anything. Like I've been binging a lot of Columbo. It's been my thing. Like I went all the way back to his first episode, which was called Prescription for Murder. And it was originally, I didn't realize this, but Columbo was a spinoff from
what?
From A Prescription for Murder.
Oh.
So he was just the detective in that hour-long like show that was on TV. And from that point on, I think maybe 2 episodes after that, then they started calling it Columbo because he was that good.
Okay.
They just don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But other than that, you want to hear something really strange that happened to me in Fort Myers on Saturday?
Yes.
So I was going out to eat and I'm driving, and you know the area, it's by College Parkway, Fort Myers. The entire place was desolate. I mean, that's a busy area. You know how busy,
especially this time of year. It
was dead. I was the only car on the road. And when I got to the restaurant, I was the only person. And it was 5:30 in Florida.
The early birds would still be out. That's
right?
Weird. That's odd.
It was so odd that when I was driving back, and that was around 7:30ish, there was a helicopter that was circling above me, and I'm like, oh shit, we just had Walking Dead level shit happen. Something happened.
Something just happened.
I don't know what it was, but
you went to dinner anyway.
Of course, we're in Florida.
Maybe there was a spotting of the Florida man.
Maybe. I don't know, but yeah.
So before you jump into your story today, what you told me about was that it took place in Kentucky, and it was a name that I was not familiar with and I can't remember, but I know we're going to get into it. So what I did decide to do was give you some fun facts about the Bluegrass State.
Okay.
So, but with that being said, I wanted to throw in some of Kat's nutty news.
Oh, okay. This is going to be fun.
I want to throw some of the nutty news your way. As I wanted to surprise you with it. So I did find some absolutely crazy headlines from the great state of Kentucky. Are you ready?
Yes.
Man digs up dad's grave to argue with the corpse, police say.
Great. That's
An attempt.
I have relatives that would do that.
Right?
Just to get the last word.
Yes. Well, he was apparently had been dead for like 30 years. But
Okay.
an attempt to bury old wounds by digging up a corpse has landed a Kentucky man behind bars. 44-year-old Michael May was arrested after an officer saw him digging up a grave at a cemetery in Sanford, Kentucky. May told the arresting officer he was trying to dig up the grave of his father so he could argue with him. He said a Bible verse inspired him to do that. May was charged with violating graves, public intoxication, and marijuana possession. Okay. He was locked in the Lincoln County Jail. Okay. Number 4, meth smoker arrested for carpet munching.
Oh, boy. This is an actual headline?
Actual headline. Okay. Police in Louisville, Kentucky say 50-year-old Jeffrey Wagner admitted to smoking crystal meth before going into a Burlington coat factory store and having a veritable feast. Store employees told police they found Wagner in the shoe section chowing down on carpet lint. He allegedly said he was, quote-unquote, eating sparkles. Oh my God. Police arrived at the scene and say Wagner was carrying lore tabs, a bag of crystal meth, a bag of mysterious white powder, and a bag of unidentified pills. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance and public intoxication. So when I saw carpet munching, I went completely like dirty. Not literal. I went dirty. Yes. Right. So I had to throw that one in there.
Florida man has seriously has some competition here.
Right?
Seriously.
The crazies are in Kentucky.
Okay, so my crime chat today, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Shayna Huber?
No.
Well, you're about to.
I can't wait.
You're going to hear a lot. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Shayna Huber was convicted of killing Ryan Christopher Poston. You ever heard of him?
No.
No? All right.
No.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about him. Ryan went straight to law school. He came from a long line of attorneys. Ryan's grandfather and uncle were both lawyers. Mm-hmm. In the fall of 2005, while attending law school, Ryan's mother and stepfather let him stay in their condo, which was like 2 minutes from the campus. 12, Ryan and Shayna were back together again. During this time, Ryan confided in his coworker, Lori, asking her, "How do you break up with somebody who doesn't want to break up with you?" You know, Lori told him to break up with Shayna, and if she didn't leave, to call the police. Sound advice.
He threw me across the room, and I was very startled. I was laying on the floor. Okay. All right. And I killed him.
She sounds to be very like matter of fact.
Ma'am, this is what I want you to do. Can you sure he's not?
Is just very
he's not breathing at all?
Like, well, this is what happened. I mean, the hesitancy in her voice is more, I feel like more out of regret than out of self-defense. Like her shakiness almost appears to be fake.
Yeah. And she's also very smart.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like, I think she's setting everything up. Now, remember in the beginning, she said she waited 15 minutes before calling 911. Mm-hmm. She actually called her mom first.
Oh, yeah, of course. You can also visit our website, crimechatwithnightcat.com.
Yes.
To be able to see what kind of merch we got.
Right.
And be sure to check out our next episode. I'm going to do an old story. And actually, this is a chatter request from Sherry. Chatter Sherry requested 2 stories, and I'm going to do this one. But it's going to be a familiar story. It's an old story. It was on America's Most Wanted.
Ooh.
So it's an older story, but once we get to talking about it, you're gonna remember it.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, you don't want to miss it. I'm going to be there.
We'll see you on the next Crime Chat.
Bye.